Very good morning to one and all. Welcome back. Hope you are all fine and doing well. As you all know that we have gone through scalar product of vector physical quantities, where the product also is a vector. And the best examples are work done is the dot product of force and displacement vector. Power is the dot product of force and velocity vector. Of course, there are many more examples. But at our standards, these two examples will be taken into account. As long as you are moving ahead, you will come across different examples of dot product in physics. Yes, after dealing with the dot product, now we are going to discuss another one, which is cross product of vector physical quantities, in which the product also is a vector. In the case of dot product, when you are going to consider the product of any two vector physical quantities in dot product, the product is a scalar. That's why it is a scalar product. But in cross product, the combined product of any two vector physical quantities will be also a vector which is going to have both magnitude and specific direction. That is the reason why cross product is also known as vector product. Yes, let us see how the cross product of two vector physical quantities was defined. You know, in the case of dot product or scalar product, a bar dot b bar equal to ab cos theta. Here similarly, if a bar and b bar are the two vectors which are at an angle theta, theta is the angle between a bar and b bar, you know this notation, common notation. Then their cross product is defined as a bar cross b bar is equal to a b sine theta, a for modulus of a bar, b for modulus of b bar, sine theta, which is just a number. So this is all a scalar. But I told you the cross product of any two vector physical quantities is also a vector. But this is only a scalar. So how to write it in vector form? That's the reason why there will be a unit vector n cap. This is all scalar multiplied with a unit vector, then the product will be a vector. This is how the cross product of two vector physical quantities will be a vector physical quantity. It is not a scalar. Of course, if you wish to know the magnitude of a bar cross b bar, this is equal to modulus of a b sine theta into n cap. Already a b sine theta is a scalar, take it out. And then modulus of n cap is nothing but 1 because n cap is a unit vector. So this is a b sine theta. Means modulus of a bar cross b bar is a b sine theta. You know the magnitude of any vector physical quantity is a scalar. You know this. So I am concluding. A bar and b bar are the two vectors. Their cross product is defined as a bar cross b bar equal to a b sine theta into n cap, where n cap is unit vector. Unit vector means whose magnitude is equal to 1. But at the same time, you should specify the direction of this unit vector, because unit vector whose magnitude is 1 and should have specific direction. Then what is the direction of this n cap? Which is very important, because the reason it is a bar and b bar are the two vectors which are at an angle theta. However, their directions, whatever may be their directions. But remember, a bar cross b bar whose cross product is a vector physical quantity having both magnitude and direction. Magnitude of a bar cross b bar is a b sine theta. Then what about the direction of a bar cross b bar? Yes, a bar cross b bar equal to a b sine theta into n cap. A b sine theta is a scalar. Scalar into vector, the product is a vector, and the direction will be in the direction of the vector. Means the direction of a bar cross b bar will be in the direction of n cap, which is unit vector. Then how should be the unit vector? Yes, because the direction of n cap, I am writing here, the direction of n cap should be known, which is very important. because it gives direction of A bar cross B bar. That is the reason why it is very important to know the direction of n cap, because which gives the direction of A bar cross B bar, which is a vector physical quantity. Yes, that direction of A bar cross B bar can be assessed using right hand rule. Right hand rule will be applied to know the direction of A bar cross B bar. Obviously, the direction of n cap. So, what is the right hand rule and how can I apply right hand rule? Yes. First of all, we have to consider the right hand, and the four fingers of the right hand, should be curled from A bar to B bar, because you are calculating A bar plus B bar. So, you need to curl your fingers from A bar to B bar. Then the thumb finger shows the direction of A bar cross B bar. Let me tell you the best example. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Listen carefully. This is x-axis, horizontal axis. This is y-axis. For some time, just suppose, for some time, A bar is along the positive x-axis. Hope you can imagine. A bar is along the positive x-axis and B bar is along the positive y-axis. Now I am calculating direction of A bar cross B bar, applying right hand rule. Then you need to curl four fingers of right hand from A bar to B bar, because I am calculating A bar cross B bar direction. So keep the four fingers of right hand in this way to curl the four fingers of right hand from A bar to B bar. You should fold from A bar to B bar. Then the thumb finger shows in this way. In this way means like this. Central finger now, which has come out. This direction is perpendicular to x-axis and also perpendicular to y-axis, which is the direction of A bar cross B bar, so that the direction of n cap. So my intention to tell you, when you wish to know the direction of A bar cross B bar, it is not compulsory that your A bar should be along the positive x-axis, your B bar should be along the positive y-axis. It is not compulsory. My intention to tell you, when you wish to identify the direction of A bar cross B bar, keep the four fingers of right hand in the direction of A bar, then curl the four fingers towards B bar, then the thumb finger shows the direction of A bar cross B bar, which is perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. See, here I am giving an example. This is A bar, this is B bar, which are at an angle theta. So A bar and B bar are the two vectors which are at an angle theta. Both are in the plane of the board. That's why I have drawn them in the plane of the board. A bar, B bar are in the plane of the board. Now, show the four fingers of your right hand in the direction of A bar. Now curl the four fingers from A bar to B bar. Then the thumb finger opened perpendicular to the plane of the board. Thumb finger is perpendicular to plane of the board, which indicates the direction of A bar cross B bar, which is also the direction of unit vector. So I can't draw in this way, I can't draw, that's why I draw like this. I draw like this, which is n cap. This in the sense like this, which is perpendicular to the plane of the board containing A bar and B bar. A bar and B bar are present in the plane of the board. Now A bar cross B bar is direction perpendicular to the plane of the board outward. Outward. This is the direction of A bar cross B bar. Sir, I wish to calculate the direction of B bar cross A. Then you have to keep the four fingers of right hand in the direction of B bar, then curl them towards A bar. So while curling the fingers from B bar to A bar, your thumb finger will be perpendicular to the plane, but into the plane. Into the plane means, let me draw on the board like this. This will be the direction of B bar cross A bar. So what you need to understand here it is, if you wish to know the direction of A bar cross B bar, curl your forefingers from A bar to B bar. Then A bar cross B bar direction will be given by right hand term. So I am concluding. Right hand rule states that show the forefingers of your right hand in the direction of A bar and curl the fingers towards B bar. Then the thumb finger shows the direction of A bar cross B bar. Sir, no sir, I wish to know the direction of B bar cross A bar. Then show the four fingers of right hand along the B bar. Then curl them towards A bar. Then the thumb finger shows direction of B bar cross A bar. Here you need to understand one thing. The direction of A bar cross B bar or B bar cross A bar will be perpendicular to the plane which contains A bar and B bar. This is the plane of the board I have explained. You just imagine your A bar and B bar are the two vectors that are on the floor. There is a floor. Floor is a plane surface. In the floor, two vectors A bar and B bar are defined. Then A bar cross B bar will be perpendicular to the plane of the floor. Means it might be vertically up or vertically down. Anything can be. That depends on the directions of A bar and B bar. But in this particular example, my A bar and B bar are in the plane of the board. So that the direction of A bar cross B bar will be perpendicular to the plane of the board outward. B bar cross A bar perpendicular to the plane inward. This is what you need to understand. So my conclusion here it is, A bar cross B bar is a vector whose direction will be perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar. So that is the reason why your A bar cross B bar direction will be perpendicular to A bar, and also A bar cross B bar direction will be perpendicular to B bar, because it is perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar. So once you are well defined the direction of A bar cross B bar, then it means you have defined the direction of unit vector in which it is to be selected. So A bar cross B bar equal to AB sin theta into n cap is the vector form. Modulus of A bar cross B bar equal to AB sin theta is the scalar form which represents only magnitude. So this is the brief introduction to the concept of cross product of two vector physical quantities, which is also a vector. The very important thing that you need to remember here, the direction of cross product will be perpendicular to the plane containing the individual vectors. And very interesting point, either it is modulus of A bar cross B bar or B bar cross A bar, AB sin theta only magnitude, but their directions are opposite. That's why cross product is not a commutative. Dot product is commutative because A bar dot B bar will be equal to B bar dot A bar. But here A bar cross B bar will not be equal to B bar cross A bar, because even though they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. That's why we do write A bar cross B bar is equal to minus of B bar cross A bar, because they are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. That's why A bar cross B bar is equal to minus of B bar cross A bar. That's why cross product of vector physical quantities is not commutative. So once go through the very basic information on cross product. Now we go in detail analysis of cross product of vector physical quantities. Note. Yes. So you have learned modulus of A bar cross B bar equal to AB sin theta, where theta is the angle between the two vectors. A is modulus of A bar, B is modulus of B bar. Of course, it's a vector physical quantity whose direction will be perpendicular to the plane containing the A bar and B bar. I repeat, A bar and B bar are the two vectors in a plane. Then the direction of A bar cross B bar will be perpendicular to the plane containing A bar and B bar. That's the reason why. Suppose A bar is along x-axis, B bar is along y-axis, then A bar cross B bar will be along the z-axis, because the z-axis will be perpendicular to the plane of xy. That's the reason. But anyway, here what you need to understand, here little bit more. If A bar is parallel to B bar, A bar parallel to B bar means both are in the same direction. Then angle between the two vectors will be 0 degrees. But sine 0 degrees is 0. That's why modulus of A bar cross B bar will be 0. Of course, if you wish to write in vector form, A bar cross B bar is a 0 vector, so you have to write O bar. This is 0 because it's a magnitude, but this is O bar because it's a vector. So when you are talking about two parallel vectors, their cross product will be a 0 vector which is O bar. At the same time, if A bar perpendicular to B bar, then modulus of A bar cross B bar will be equal to AB itself, because sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. That's the reason. And at the same time, if A bar is anti-parallel to B bar, means angle between them is 180 degrees, then modulus of A bar cross B bar will be equal to 0. Because sine 180 degrees value 0, so their cross product will be 0. So either for parallel vectors or anti-parallel vectors, cross product will be 0. And for perpendicular vectors, cross product will be AB, which is the maximum that A bar cross B bar can take. Because I think we have got some clarity in trigonometry. The maximum value that sin theta can have is plus 1. And the minimum value that the sin theta can have is minus 1. This is the maximum that sin theta can have for theta equal to 90 degrees. This is the minimum value that the sin theta can have, of course, not for 180 or 360, at 270 degrees. So if you are going to change the value of theta from 0 to 180 degrees and then 180 to 360 degrees, 0, 20, 30, 40, if the angle between them is going to change, the maximum value will be when theta equal to 0 and the minimum value will be when theta equal to 270 degrees. That's the reason why the maximum value that A bar cross B bar can take is AB plus AB, of course. And the minimum value that A bar cross B bar can take is minus AB. This is what you can explain regarding the cross product and its features. They are very simple points. If you are going through them, you can understand easily. Hope you got clarity. This is only what you need to get additionally. Sin theta value, which is maximum plus 1. If sin theta equal to 2, it is the contradiction. If sin theta equal to 1.5, it is the contradiction. Sin theta value can vary in between plus 1 and minus 1, whatever the value of theta. Remember that. That's the reason why maximum of A bar cross B bar is plus AB, minimum of A bar cross B bar is minus AB. Of course, the cross product can be a 0 vector for parallel or anti-parallel vectors, because sin 0 degrees equal to 0. Listen, sin 0 degrees equal to 0, sin 180 degrees equal to 0, sin 360 degrees equal to 0. Sin of n into 2 pi is 0, means even integral multiple of pi is always 0 for sin. And for perpendicular vectors, A bar cross B bar will be maximum. So here, the very interesting point that you learned even in the earlier dot product, A bar dot B bar will be written as AB cos theta, when the magnitudes of A bar, B bar and the angle between them is known. Similarly, A bar cross B bar can be calculated using this formula, when the magnitudes of A bar, B bar and angle between them is known to us. If A bar and B bar are given in their vector form, A bar equal to AX I cap plus AY J cap plus AZ k cap, and b bar equal to bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. A bar, B bar are given in their vector component form, which you have learned similar topic in dot product. Then dot product is AX, BX plus AY, BY plus AZ, BZ. Do you remember? Now how is the cross product? To know that, you should be familiar of the word det or determinant. Det or determinant, DET det or a determinant. Yes, you have to write a matrix form, a determinant form, connecting with these all components of A bar and B bar. Yes, the first two will be I cap, J cap and K cap. First row. Second row will be A bar components AX, AY, AZ. Third row will be components of B bar BX, BY, BZ. This determinant will give A bar cross B bar. We call it as a determinant. Det of. So A bar cross B bar equal to det of, determinant of I cap, J cap, K cap, AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY, BZ. So you may get the doubt, sir, how to calculate this determinant of this 3 by 3 arrangement, 3 rows, 3 columns, 3 by 3 arrangement, 3 rows and 3 columns. Then how to calculate the determinant of that? Yes, I do explain. Just before calculating this, you keep here it is plus, here it is minus, and here it is plus. Simply we apply just like unitary method. So first I cap into, this is in first row. So leave first row and first column. I cap is in first row and first column. So leave first row and first column in which I cap is present. Then you will have 2 by 2 arrangement, AY, AZ, BY, BZ. Listen carefully. So AY into BZ minus BY into AZ. AY into BZ minus AZ into BY. First left to right, then right to left. Minus J cap into next term. Minus J cap into, J cap is in first row, second column. So leave first row and the second column, leave it. Then AX BJ, first row, second column, leave it. Then AX BZ minus BX AZ plus K cap into, K cap is in first row but third column, leave them. Then AX BY minus AY into B. This is the vector form of A bar cross B bar with I cap, J cap and K cap, which is vector form. So when A bar and B bar are given with their magnitudes, A bar cross B bar equal to A B sin theta into N cap. Of course, N cap is a unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar, which represents the direction of A bar cross B bar. When it comes to the magnitude of A bar cross B bar, which is simply A B sin theta. Now, if the vectors are given in their component form, then A bar cross B bar will be calculated using the determinant. How to read it as? Determinant. We call it as a det. I am writing spelling here. Determinant. You may come across this in mathematics, polynomials and quadratic equations. A chapter lo vastundi meeku. Determinant or a det, we call it as a mathematical language. So this symbol even, it is a det of, DET, det of I cap, J cap, K cap. First row I cap, J cap, K cap. Second row components of A bar. Third row components of B bar. Because I am writing A bar plus B bar. If I am writing B bar plus A bar, second row B bar components, third row A bar components. Then I cap into cross product. J cap into K cap into, but with second term this should be minus. This is a conventional formula to calculate the determinant of elements that are arranged in proper order. Yes, we have arranged all the components in proper order, like 3 rows and 3 columns. Of course, the arrangement in your proper columns and rows, we call it as a matrix. You are calculating determinant of your matrix. This all terminology will get in mathematics. Just for this moment, if you learn this formula, that is there. I cap into A by Bz minus B by Az. Like that, minus J cap into K cap into. Regarding this, I will give you a simple example where you will get more clarity. But remember, while calculating the A bar cross B bar, with their magnitudes are given, this is the formula. When they are given in their vector component form, this is the formula. We will discuss one example, you will get more clarity right on this. Yes. So here I have given two examples to you to explain the cross product between two vector physical quantities. Of course, while giving the two examples, one example considering the vectors in a plane. In a plane, there will be only two components, I cap and j cap. But in the space, there will be three components. So let me explain both the different examples. But just before getting into the solutions of those two examples, you need to write one point in the notes, which is a cross product among the unit vectors along the coordinate axis. What are the unit vectors along the coordinate axis? I cap, j cap, k cap. So regarding that, you need to write a little information in the notes just before these solutions. Fine? So if you are dealing with that, the first point here it is I cap cross I cap. I cap cross I cap. Yes, in dot product we dealt, do you remember? I cap dot I cap, which is I square, which is equal to 1, because I cap is unit vector. Similarly, I cap cross I cap will be a zero vector. O bar. This is O bar, this is not a zero bar. We don't write bar over the digit. We write the bar over the letter. So this is O bar, zero vector. Of course, modulus of I bar cross I bar is equal to 0 magnitude. Why? Because I cap cross I cap. So cross product between same vectors which are in the same direction, which will be 0. Like that, A bar cross A bar equal to 0. B bar cross B bar equal to 0. C bar cross C bar equal to 0. Like that. Similarly, you can discuss about J bar cross J bar. I mean J cap cross J cap, which is equal to G O bar, of course K cap cross K cap. This is one point that you need to write in the notes just before these examples. Cross product among the unit vectors along with the coordinate axis. Yes, you are getting something in your mind. Then what about I cap cross J cap? Yes, I cap cross J cap. You have learned this earlier. You may get that. Sir, where did we discuss? Yes, I told you earlier, one vector is along the positive x-axis, the other vector is along the positive y-axis. Do you remember? One vector is along the positive x-axis, that is I cap. Another vector is along the positive y-axis, which is J cap. Then their cross product will be along the z-axis, which is K cap. That's why I cap cross J cap will give K cap. J cap cross K cap will give I cap. So the cross product of any two unit vectors along coordinate axis will be the third unit vector, K cap cross I cap, which is equal to J cap. Have you seen we followed cyclic order here, which is very important. I cap cross J cap, which is equal to K cap, which is equal to K cap. K cap cross I cap, K cap cross I cap, which is equal to J cap. Are you following? J cap cross K cap, which is equal to I cap, cyclic order. If the cyclic order missed, it will be minus. It means, for example, I cap cross J cap is equal to K cap, I said. K cap cross I cap, I, J, K, I, J, J, K, K, I. If the cyclic order missed and you are writing, it is I cap cross k cap, then it is minus j cap, because cyclic order is then minus will come. Ij, jk, ki, cyclic. This cycle maintain cheyali. If the cycle is missing in the order, then it will be negative of the third vector. So ij k cap, jk I cap, ki j cap. But if it is I cap cross k cap, it is minus j cap. This is what you need to understand. So this is all about cross product among the unit vectors defined along the coordinate axis. So these are the points first you write in the note just before getting into the example analysis of cross product of vectors. Note down first this. Keep the video in pause and note down this. I am going to erase this, this and this. Keep the video in pause and you write. I am going to erase. Okay? Now see this here. So here f bar equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. Usually f bar means force. Of course can be anything here because I am not particular about force, displacement, velocity like that. Of course if you want you suppose f bar is force, so Newton. R bar is a displacement vector, take in meters. Then I asked you to calculate R bar cross f bar. Then R bar cross f bar, it means 2 I cap plus 3 j cap cross, R bar cross f bar, I have to calculate R bar cross f bar. So it is I cap minus j cap cross 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. So here 2 terms, here 2 terms. 2 to the 4 terms will come because every term should be multiplied with other term. 4 terms will come. But in that 4 terms, I to j will be k cap, I to I will be 0, j to j will be 0. So product between two similar vectors will disappear. So I to I will disappear. The next, this is 1 into 3, I cap cross j cap will be k cap. Yes, I write in detail. First term I to I will be 0 cross product. Second term 1 into 3, I cap cross j cap. Next third term minus into plus minus 1 into 2, here 1 into 2, j cap cross I cap. Now fourth term minus into plus minus, but j cap cross j cap, which is 0 vector, you can remove it instead of writing O bar. So this is 3 I cap cross j cap, which is k cap, minus 2 into j cap cross I cap, I cross j k, j cross I minus k. So this is equal to 3 k cap, minus into minus plus 2 k cap, then this is equal to 5 k cap. Is R bar cross F bar equal to 5 into k cap. Therefore modulus of R bar cross F bar is equal to 5 into modulus of k cap, but modulus of k cap is 1 unit vector, so it is 5 Newton meter because R bar cross F bar, so Newton meter product. This is the final answer. See, R bar cross F bar is equal to 5 into k cap, you got. It indicates this product is a vector whose direction is along positive z axis because you got 5 into k cap, that is plus 5 into k cap, so positive z axis. So in this way the cross product of any two vector physical quantities is also a vector. This is all about vectors in 2D, 2 dimension, 2 components only there, you can solve like this. But when 3 components are there, ij, k in the space, then the cross product formula R bar cross P bar is equal to, you have to write a determinant formula. So first row I cap, j cap, k cap. Second row R bar components 1, minus 1, very important, minus 1 plus 2. P bar components 2, 3 and minus 1. And in addition to that, I told you the column headings plus, minus and plus. So now try to write the determinant of that arrangement, which is equal to first term I cap into, leave first row and first column, I cap into minus 1 into minus 1 plus 1, 3 into 2, 6 minus 1 minus 6, AD minus BC. A, B, C, D అనుకుంటే AD minus BC రాయాలి. Next, minus J cap into minus J cap. First row, second column వదిలేయండి. ఫస్ట్ రో సెకండ్ కాలం వదిలేస్తే మీకు ఏముంటుంది ఇక్కడ రాస్తున్నాను 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 sorry 1 2 2 minus 1. First row second column వదిలేస్తే 1 2 2 minus 1. Now apply AD minus BC concept. So 1 into minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 into 2 4. Next K cap into plus K cap into. So now here first row third column వదిలేస్తే here 1 into 3 3 minus 2 into minus 1, it is minus 2. For our convenience I am writing in detail. So this is equal to 1 minus 6 minus 5 I cap minus 1 minus 4 minus 5 minus into minus plus 5 J cap plus K cap into 3 plus 2 5 K cap. So R bar cross P bar is equal to 5 minus 5 I cap plus 5 J cap plus 5 K cap. If you want to know its magnitude, R bar cross P bar equal to root of x square plus y square plus z square. This is equal to root of 75 can be written as 5 root 3 because 25 into 3, 25 square root 5, 5 root 3. So this is how the cross product of two vector physical quantities can be solved mathematically. It's a little lengthy topic, like cross product will not be simple, just like a scalar product. That's why it can't be completed in one class. It may take nearly 2 or 3 classes to complete the cross product concept. So this is all for today, where you have learned the basic introduction to the concept of cross product of vector physical quantities and the related formulae. And at the same time, A bar cross B bar is a vector whose direction can be specified perpendicular to the plane of A bar and B bar. And the cross product do not obey commutative property. You have learned the maximum value that cross product can have and the minimum value. In addition to that, when vectors are given in their component form, how to calculate the cross product. Apart from this, just earlier point you have written cross product among the unit vectors along the coordinate axis, I cap, J cap, K cap, which you need to be very clear with the basics. There are very basic fundamental operations in vector algebra where you need to focus little more attention need to be paid, since it involves a little more mathematics with physics. That is the reason you need to attach two contents. One is mathematics with physics. It is not physics alone. That's the reason why some additional attention to be required while following these classes with a little more interest. Fine. Hope you will take care of everything. At the same time, take care of you. Bye.